Ruth?
Yes, honey?
Things are gonna get worse, aren't they? Do you think we'll make it 4 years?
92 years ago, it took a certain European leader 53 days to dismantle democracy. Waiting to take a stand through the next round of voting, while important, may also by that time be made irrelevant.
What should we be doing now to make sure it doesn't happen?
Do you know I'm writing a novel that parallels some of the historical stuff from 92 years ago? And I'm trying to answer some of the same questions. But I'm having some writer's block on what my characters should do differently than historical events so they can avoid the same outcome.
And I don't think posting their displeasure to whatever their equivalent of social media would be enough.
It's a start, but no, not enough. And I don't think a lot of people know that the left-handed people, along with the people of David, did fight back. And fought back hard. Yet it was still not enough. So I wonder, writing my novel, where do these characters shut things down? How do these characters shut it down? At what point is the appropriate moment, that tipping point, where before would be too early, and after it would be too late?
And is there a tipping point? Should they not stand up in an unmovable way, unified now?
Excellent questions. Maybe the left-handed people need enough of those moderate and swing voters who supported their new problematic leader to decide now to oppose him? Or maybe now is the right time and my characters shouldn't wait for some massive, disruptive, unified action.
And what does that look like? Strikes? Demonstrations? Calling their representatives to let them know their displeasure can't be enough.
Those calls are necessary and the minimum. You know, it's easy to write a fictional character taking up arms against the authorities, but in real life, if people wearing shirts that were brown showed up to my neighbor's house, I'm not sure I would have the power to do anything about it other than get myself taken too. And I want this novel to be grounded in reality. What would I do if they came for me? What could I do?
If I were a character in your novel and I saw things becoming more and more authoritarian, I don't know what I would do either. Like in my day-to-day, that would do anything significant. Especially when the characters can't even trust most of the people who have been voted to represent them.
Right? How would my characters prepare to resist, or even just prepare to protect themselves as things escalate? Which characters would need to prepare to flee, and when would they know when they should do so? How should they organize? Even with friends, do they find a hideout or a rendezvous point? Would it be smart or foolhardy for a group of people to try to flee together if such a need came?
Do others dig out a hole in their basement to hide people like the Underground Railroad?
What should concerned citizens purchase, even those who would not flee? I assume everyone should have a go bag, even just for natural disasters, but what do they put in it? What items are important to put money towards and what aren't?
Right? Because as these characters watch things deteriorate in real time, history shows that there were events that happened suddenly, without warning, and that after which things were too late.
I feel that collectively, my characters are all feeling this massive internal need to take action, but the vast majority of my characters don't know how to do that effectively on the day-to-day. They're seeing organizers and activists and citizens recommending things like rest is a form of rebellion. Art is a form of rebellion. Community is a form of rebellion. But all those things, as well as direct rebellion, happened 92 years ago, and it wasn't enough. How do my characters make sure it's enough? How do we organize, even on a micro level, and create a resistant community? I don't know if I know how to write that, especially with my neurodivergent characters who may need more supports, like specific, step-by-step instructions.
Sounds like you need a number of writing consultants who are familiar.
Well, I hope I can connect with some coaches so that I can share my progress on my novel with you here. Of course, I will need to be careful not to give too much away of the story.